going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy FarRock22M, aka Infamous Owen, Infamous underscore Owen on IG. Listen, money's everything to a broke nigga, never to a go-getter. I could fall all off and I could start all over. That was from Stack Bundles. And I love that line because it's true. Money means everything to the people who have the broke mentality. It doesn't mean that they're a broke nigga. But for me, the broke mentality, money is everything. You know, money tops everything. So anyway, but that kind of brings me to a point, right? Like, and this is a question for everybody. At what point in your life did you decide to say, enough's enough, I'm going to get on my grind? Enough's enough, I'm tired of asking, I need to make something happen. You know what I'm saying? Because some of us are born that way. Natural go-getters. You know, natural hustlers. And then some of us are forced into those situations. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say forced because, you know, unless you had to really feed yourself, but there's some people that's content with just having the bare minimum. That's okay. But I tell you this, right? What made me start getting up off my ass and start making moves, it started from real young. Probably like around 10, 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? I come from a family of 9 siblings altogether. It's 9 of us, but in my immediate family, it's 4 of us. So, you know, it's 3 boys and 1 girl in my immediate household at the time when I was younger. So, you know, I come from a 2-family household, and you know, the parents, we wasn't rich. You know what I'm saying? We were poor. So my parents, you know, had 4 kids to look after. Now, I'm not saying we was, you know, like, you know, holes in our socks poor, you know what I'm saying? But we was pretty messed up, man, you know what I'm saying? But we got by, you know what I'm saying? Christmas was great every year. We got everything that we needed. Not everything we wanted. Well, not everything I wanted, but I practically got basically the needs to survive, which is cool, and I'm thankful for that, you know. But as a kid, sometimes I didn't understand certain things, you know, and I used to look at my siblings sometimes, and you know, back then in the 90s, growing up in the 90s, you know, fashion was crazy, even as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think we was in elementary schools checking your tag, you know, checking the what they call it, the wash labels to see if your Tommy Hilfiger shirt was real or your Guess shirt was real? We was doing that in elementary. So it wasn't just like, you know, you could just throw on a Big Bird shirt and you'd be all right. Nah, you had to be a little fashionable even at the young age. So that brings me to a point, right? Now, when I was younger, you know, I know my siblings are gonna be like, man, what you talking about? You know what the fuck I'm talking about. When I was younger, my siblings used to get a lot more than me from what I used to feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my brothers, my sisters, they always had more sneakers than me. They always got more clothes than me, and I felt like, you know, the other relatives in my family used to give them more. You know, I never had a pair of Jordans until I was like 15, 14, 15. 15, that was the time when I got my first pair of Jordans. You know what I'm saying? My siblings had Jordans way before then. Sometimes my parents would buy it for them, or sometimes I have other relatives that will buy them for them. But when it came to me, man, listen, only you gotta wait. I ain't got it right now. I always used to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was younger, only used to get like 2 pairs of sneakers a year, and that was in the beginning of the year, of course, and sometime in the middle of the year, maybe around Easter, a little bit before Easter, a little bit after Easter, I'll probably get a pair of sneakers, right? And it wouldn't be the sneakers that I wanted. It'd be the sneakers that I only had enough money for. You know what I'm saying? Like my parents would literally like, what sneakers you want? Ma, I want those Uptowns. I want those Uptown Nikes. How much do they cost? Yeah, they cost around like $75, $80. Well, I'm giving you $50. You know how hard it is to get some pair of sneakers for $50 back then? You're not going to get what you want. Trust me. And when I was younger, I ain't have small feet. My moms used to buy me big shoes so I can like what they say, you'll grow into them, you know. And it's like, Mom, I can't be wearing no size 10. I'm 11 years old. And eventually, in my younger years, I did get big feet. You know what I'm saying? So I was wearing man shoes by the time I was 11. So sneakers was very pricey for me. But you know, at some point in my life, I got tired of being told no. I got tired of being told you have to wait. I got tired of being told, well, your grades wasn't up to par, so I'm not getting you nothing. You know, as a kid, that shit hurt. You know what I'm saying? You got all the kids around, and you know they fly, and you know you got your brothers and your sisters. They getting nice kicks and they getting nice things. And it's like, I felt like when it come to me, they made an excuse not to give it to me. I don't know what the fuck that was about. You know, maybe it wasn't like that. You know, maybe I'm seeing things differently, but all I can remember is that I wasn't happy when I was younger at the time. And it's not like I was jealous of my brothers and sisters. You know, you could probably call it jealousy, but I wasn't mad at them. I was never mad at them. I was just mad at the point that I couldn't get what they got. I was never mad at them. I never hated my brothers, or I never hated my sisters because they had Jordans or they had clothes, or my Aunt Sharon bought them some clothes, or my Aunt Sharon bought them some sneakers. She ain't buy me nothing. I wasn't mad at them. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't understand why is that whenever these days came around, you know, I didn't get nothing. You know, my aunt would come from Harlem, shower my brothers and sisters with certain gifts, and it wouldn't be just everybody and they leave me out. It'd probably be like one time she'd come down, she'd give my sister some stuff. One day she'd come down, she'd give my brother some stuff, and one day she'd come down and give my other brother some stuff. So one time I'll never forget, she came down and I ain't never get nothing. So I asked her, I'm like, hey, Aunt Sharon, what's going on? Like, how come you never bought me nothing? You know what I'm saying? And she looked like, what you mean? I'm like, you never bought me nothing. You got them this, you got them that, and but you never got me nothing. So she said, oh, I'm sorry. You know, my bad. I'm going to get you something. She didn't get me nothing the second time, but she got me something the third time, right? And I'll never forget, I ain't going to lie, I wasn't grateful for this one. I was like, I said thank you, but I wasn't grateful. She got me one of those cheap ass handheld video games. I'm talking about not the handheld joints like the Tiger or whatever, like they used to have the Street Fighter on. She got me one of these shit because she from Harlem. So, you know, I ain't throwing Harlem under the bus, but she got me some shit that she bought in Harlem, or something that she bought from one of those people on the trains, you know, the Chinese lady that used to go by. And it was like a 501 kind of game system. The only thing that I could say they had on there was Tetris and the Snake game and shit like that. Like something that she paid like $5 or $6 for, just so she could shut me up. Now, don't get confused. I'm like, yo, come on. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't happy with it. Just be real, I was not happy. I was appreciative, but I was not happy with that shit. And I'm like, yo, that was some bullshit. But, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, a lot of times being told no was what got me to just stop asking and do what I gotta do. Like, there was times where, you know, I would ask my father for things, and, you know, and it seemed like every time I asked, it was like pulling teeth. It was really pulling teeth. Yo, Pops, I need a jacket. I'll get you a jacket. Month later, Pops, I need a jacket. Why are you begging me? I need a jacket. That's his Haitian voice. That's his Haitian accent. Why are you begging me for? I told you I'd get you your jacket. And, you know, my mom, she wasn't like, she ain't always have it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I try not to ask her. But a lot of times, you know, I didn't want to go to my siblings. I didn't want to go to my aunts because they was cheap as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, they used to get, like I said, they used to do things for my other siblings. But when it came to me, it was like pulling fucking teeth. So I just never wanted to ask him. And then if I did ask him, you know, my parents would be like, well, why'd you ask them? Why'd you ask them? Because you ain't buy it for me. That's why. So at one point, man, I think when I turned like 10, 11, the summer that I was turning, I was like 10, 11, I started packing bags, man. Started going to them supermarkets in 5 towns. That's Nassau County. That's like Long Island. I used to go to Pathmark. I used to go to Edwards. Now it's Stop and Shop. I used to go to Wall Bounds, all those supermarkets, just to try to get my own little money, just to try to get my own dollars. And that's what turned me into the go-getter. That turned me into the hustler. That turned me into the, get up off your ass and go get it yourself type of person. Um, by the time I got to high school, man, me and my boy Mike, we was figuring out ways to make money, and we always figured out a way to make some type of money, like hustler shit. Like we did the fake candy sales, selling mini disc players, buying it cheap, selling it high. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we ain't do it that many times, but we made money. We found a way to make money. And that's what I encourage a lot of you people to do. Use your brain. There's money out here. There's things to do out here. I'm not rich. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to be broke. But I'm always use my brain to try to make something happen. Like I said, some of us are forced into certain situations. Some of us get tired of certain situations. And then just coming up and just seeing my siblings, getting everything. It's not like I ain't get everything. I got a few things. I got some of the things I wanted too. But I really had to wait for them. And by the time I got them, it's like, I don't even want the shit no more. I never forget when I was younger, it's not too many birthdays that I had to myself. My birthday is in July. You know what I'm saying? July 19th to be exact. So, feel like saying happy birthday in the future, there it is. So my birthday falls in the summertime. So when it was time to go to Toys R Us or do things like that, I had to bring my siblings with me. Brought my siblings with me. And everybody got a toy on my birthday. I mean, I probably got more than one, of course, but everybody got a toy on my birthday. But when it was their birthday, it was about them. They got their clothes, they got their toys, they got their party, and I had to wait for my birthday. But on my birthday, everybody got a fucking gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not being selfish, but like, come on. Come on. But, like I said, it builds character. Of course, back then I was a little angry, was a little frustrated sometimes, but it built character, So now I know how to make $1 out of 15 cents. You know what I'm saying? And money's always going to be there. That's why I don't cherish the shit. You know what I mean? Money is everything to a lot of other people, but money ain't everything to me. Money sometimes complicates shit. Of course, do I want to be rich? Yes, I do want to be rich. Do I want to be like crazy rich? No, I just want to be able to get whatever I need and not, be, suffering or feeling some type of way. I would like to just be comfortable and have the things that I need. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, that's what pushed me to go out there and start grinding. Constantly being told no, constantly being told to wait. And it just made a fire, you know what I'm saying? It just built a fire in me. And at the end of the day, certain things is going to build certain circumstances. That's it. And I still thank my parents to this day for that. Even though at the time it's like, I need that bike. I want that bike. I can't wait till the end of fucking October to get a bike. Summer's here now. That was my attitude. You know what I'm saying? But it worked. It made me who I am, partially. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't take it back for nothing. But like I said, man, a lot of times, a lot of people, I'm not saying a lot of people are just lazy sometimes, and sometimes people just don't understand that you could get whatever it is that you desire. Sometimes you can't wait on nobody to give it to you. You got to go out there and go get it yourself, man. And I learned that very young, packing bags. And by the time I got to high school, I had a little job. By the time I turned like 16, I started working at McDonald's. I always wanted a DJ set. I used to ask my pops, yo, pops, can you buy me this DJ set and all of that? I never forget. This is when Music Factory was still open. So they used to have the packages, like the turntable, the mixer, some speakers every now and then. And my parents would not spend $600 for me. They like, no, I don't have that. You know what? I started working at McDonald's. I probably took about 80% of my check and saved up. I never forget, I used to go to this place called Sound City on Canal Street. I think it was called Sound City on Canal Street. And that's where I put my turntables, my mixer, and all that stuff on layaway, man. And I was taking my McDonald's check, you know what I'm saying? and bringing it to them, like 80, 90% of that, man, like you would think I never had a job. And I was taking that and I bought my turntables. And that's just, that felt so good, man. And then from there on, it was just on. You know what I'm saying? But I've been doing things like that before. You know, when it came to video games, I bagged groceries at Stop and Shop or Edwards or one of those, and you pull back $60 in a day. That was a lot of money for a kid back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And nobody could dispute that. So, and it was nothing like the feeling of making your own. Now, of course, sometimes my parents ain't like that because, you know, they knew that it was like a form of control when they control your money. And at one point, yeah, my bad. It was one of my coworkers. He popped in and I had to pause it for a second. But where was I at? Yeah, so basically, like I said, man, a lot of times I was just working for my shit, man, packing bags, do whatever I gotta do to be told, not to be told no, because it got frustrating after a while, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, and that's what I say, it built character. It built character. So it's not like I never asked for help. Sometimes I still need my mother for help. Sometimes everybody needs help. But every now and then, like I said, I try not to ask. I try not to ask. And if I ever ask, you know what I'm saying, I ask my moms, I ask my sister. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I have a problem with asking anybody else, but I already know everybody else, you know, situation. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather not. But my mom, she don't have no problem helping, and I could pay her back with no issue. She not on my back about nothing. You know, same as well as my sister. She not crazy about it. And I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no shame in my game. You know what I mean? It be you niggas that be like, no, I'm telling you, man, I'm human. Sometimes I might need help. Sometimes shit might get real bad and then I might need a 20 or something like that. And, you know, it's always good to have somebody you can go to for help. You know what I'm saying? Now, at the end of the day, like I said, you can get whatever you desire. Just got to put your mind to it, get up off your ass, and get on your grind. And I learned that very early in life. You know, of course, at the age of 7, 8, 9, you can't get a job. 10, you can't get a job, but there's ways you can figure it out. And after that, man, you know, I don't have no animosity towards my aunts and my uncles and my siblings and nothing like that because, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad it happened like that. I'm glad that I wasn't spoiled. You know, I was glad that I was told no, and I know how to be told no without catching the attitude, without feeling like nobody loves me. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these kids are so spoiled out here. You tell them no, it's like the whole world fell on them. You know? So it built character, man, you know? And like I said, to my siblings, I was never jealous of y'all. Never. Never. I can never be jealous of y'all. Any of you. But at that time I was upset with mom and pops, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, come on. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, like I said, that money was a form of control because when I started getting my own money, my parents ain't like that. My mom, she tried to make sure that I did not get a part-time job the first time I went to go get an interview. She's like, no, don't worry, I'll give you some money every 2 weeks, and you know what I'm saying? I want you to focus on school, and I get it. But I remember we had a little argument, a little debate or disagreement. My mom said, fuck that. You're not getting no money from me. And I was like, you know, I'm 14, 15 years old, so, you know, it's like, what? Are you serious? And she didn't give me the money. So I'll never forget, man. When I went to that interview at McDonald's, she tried to stop me again at the door. And she's like, Owen, I said, no, I'm going to this interview. I'll see you later. And I got the job at McDonald's when I was 16. I used to work on 181st Street and Hillside Avenue. And I worked there from 2002 to 2003. You know what I mean? Almost 2 years. It was cool. You know what I mean? That was the first real job. It was all right, you know, but I had some fun there too. I made my money. I was buying my sneakers. Every Thursday, I was getting paid, say, about $140. Jordans came out on Friday. Jordans was $125 for the retros. I was alright, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, every now and then my parents did help out. My moms did give me a little something. Even if I had a job, she would still slide me a little 50 on the side or something like that. So everything helped, you know, as I got older. And I guess because I was making my own money, it became easier to give me money. I guess that's what it was. But, you know, like I said, I'm not going to sit there and act like I ain't get everything or mostly everything that I needed when I was younger. Of course, I had the nice bikes. I had rollerblades. You know what I'm saying? I had the video games that I actually wanted. But when it came to getting clothes and certain things, I didn't really get to appreciate it when I wanted to. I never got a pair of Jordans at a young age. You know, I ain't get all the Tommy Hilfiger shirts or polo shirts at a young age. I had to wear the knockoff sometimes. You know, but it built character because you know what? When the other kids had jokes, I had better jokes. So it is what it is. Um, but the lesson of today is basically get on your grind. If you want something, you can go get it. You know, certain things build character. Some people are forced into being go getters, and some people naturally are. I think I'm naturally a go getter, but something had to spark that in me, and it did. So y'all, I'm not gonna keep y'all. Been talking to y'all what 21 minutes. So like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the like on the way in, and get at me in the comment section. Maybe some of y'all been through the same thing as me. Let me know. Peace.